Hello, my number eights, and welcome to Gemma's Window for October 2019. If you have followed the calculations below and determined that you are a power year number 8, then you've come to the right place. Now, remember, 8s, you only have to calculate your power year number once for the entire year of 2019. The months change numbers. You are in the month of 9, but I'm going to tell you all of that so you don't have to worry about it, okay? Let's begin. Let's refresh our memories about what do the numbers mean for the most part. Now, if you're in a power year 8, it's a big year. It's a fruitful year. It's a year where you see the outcome and success of seeds you planted way back at the beginning of the cycle. It is meant to be a financially rewarding year to you if the universe feels that you're deserving of it. And deserving of it really means by always using your integrity and your honesty to get to the goals that you'd like to obtain. Now, another thing about 8 is that it might be a year where you want to break off and do your own business or have a vision of your own business that you'd like to start, or it's a new phase of a business that you've had. Another interesting thing about 8 is it is the most karmic year of your cycle. So you may have debts yet to repay karmically from other lives or this life, or you may be rewarded karmically from past lives or this life. It's a very cool thing. Another thing about the power year 8 is the universe wants you to give up victimhood, give up being the victim, and give up blaming, and understand your responsibility in situations. And we will talk more about that when we're pulling cards, because I'll be able to apply it in a more tangible way and you can understand better than I'm explaining it. Now, the month of 9, you're in October 2019, you're in the month of 9/8, and 9 is the month of endings. It's the month of endings. So we're going to take a look at potential endings for you, and that can be the ending of a belief system, the ending of a job or an idea or a concept, a relationship. And 9 is also a very humanitarian number, so it might be something like that's going on. You might be volunteering this month, or want to, or helping somebody, or taking care of them. Now, before we move on to the cards, I do want to give you some extremely important dates for the month of October for you. And remember, 8, you have 3 power days in every single month, and they are the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. Best days in October for you, 8, for job, finances, to broach those subjects with people, to get some kind of payback, or to even land a job, are October 4th, 8th, 13th, 17th, 22nd, and 26th. Now, 8, the best day for romance for you in the month of October will be the 6th, the 15th, and the 24th. The best day for changes for you 8s in the month of October are the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. Now, let's begin shuffling our cards. And what we're going to do, H, is we're going to begin by looking at business. Then we're going to move to love, relationships. Then we're going to move to the best outcome of any question you may have. So I'm shuffling these cards. La, la, la. Shuffling, shuffling. And I'm going to first take a look at those of you who are employed and what to expect around you for the month of October, or what kind of outcome to expect about something that maybe has already begun. So let's take a look. For those of you who are already employed in the month of October. Just gonna check this out 1 second here. You know, I feel like the message here is three's a crowd. I feel like there are too many hands in the cookie jar. I feel like you maybe were feeling that things were okay. Why did more people have to be put into the mix? Or maybe there's somebody new that's been employed around you, or maybe a new supervisor that you're reporting to. In any case, I feel like there's too many hands in the cookie jar. And also, there might be a little romance at the office. Now, both of these things may not be happening to you. It may be one or the other, but I'm getting dual messages here from these cards. And I feel like people may be suspecting a romance and or an inappropriate alliance or a threatening alliance, such as you are the favorite. Maybe you are romantically involved with someone that maybe it's a little scandalous because it's at work, or maybe one of you is in another relationship. But I feel like people are picking up on it and they are seeing it, just so you know. I want to see, I feel like for you to do your best to keep it quiet, whatever this inappropriate relationship is, or seems that way. Maybe it's not at all, and it just seems that way perhaps to people who are threatened or who just like to gossip, and is to keep as much to yourself as you can. And if it's possible, to share with the other person in the relationship, to keep as much to themselves as they can, because that's all you got. That's all you've got, is to just not acknowledge or talk about what people think they are seeing. There's something that going back to my first point about too many hands in the cookie jar. You've had a good thing going somehow, or you felt comfortable somehow, and I just feel like now there's more people, or one person, or maybe your territory's changed, something's changed that's making you feel very, very out of sorts, and taking a few steps backward now from the status or sense of accomplishment that you felt. I want to mention to you, eights, in this year of 8, now we're talking about being a victim, and in the year of 8, and we're talking about acknowledging that I don't want to be a victim, so I'm going to get myself either out of these situations that we are discussing, or I'm going to take responsibility for them, or I'm going to understand that if something comes crashing down, that maybe I was doing something that I shouldn't have been. We want to get you to understand, what are you doing that's possibly giving a wrong impression at work. There, we're going to leave it. Let's take a look. Let's shuffle the cards, and let's take a look at those of you who are looking for employment. Those of you who are looking for employment. Okay, you're an 8. You're in the month of October 2019, and you are looking for employment. it starts out pretty rough here, and it ends up really nice. It ends up in the perfect partnership card. So you're in the month of endings, the month of 9 for October, and it looks to me that any decisions or problems that you or complications that you have to take care of, you're going to be taking care of in this month of October, and landing on your feet. I hate to sound like a Pollyanna, but it is the information that I'm getting that in November, you are in the month of 1, and that's the month of new beginnings. So it's the month of clear sailing, perfect partnership, new job starts, new opportunity starts. And so you're at the end of this tumultuous time, I feel like, where you were in a position or going to be in a position of, I cannot make this work. I'm damned if I'm do and I'm damned if I don't situation, but you're going to land on your feet, apparently, when something works out for you. And if you're having real problems at work, or maybe somebody's been unemployed for 3 months or 3 years, and maybe somebody is just in an utter turmoil and knows they're going to be terminated, or they're just being terminated, or they're afraid of being terminated. It could be something like that too, where you're swept up at the end of the scuffle, or the company takeover, or the company layoffs, and you're picked up, and boom, you're on your way, and you're doing even better than you were doing before. That's what I've got for you, 8s, when it comes to business. Now let's go to love and relationship, and let's start and look at cards for those of you who are in a relationship. Okay, 8s, let's do that. For those of you who are in a relationship in this month of October, and I'm dropping cards here, but dropping, not falling out, as it were. Okay, and for those of you who are in a relationship in this month of October in 2019, I just want to keep shuffling here and do a good job. Let's take a look at what we can expect for you in this month of October. Okay. There's upheaval, 8s. You're in a month of endings. And I think for some of you, you're going to find that accurate, that something in the relationship is going to be severed, or there'll be some kind of separation, and it might be a breakup, or it might just be a location, or it might be somebody else coming into the relationship and interrupting it, and that could be a family member of yours, or for your spouse or your intended there. But I just feel like there's a big shakeup this month for you. If you're in a relationship, I feel like you could be reprimanded, but you also may be doing the reprimanding. And I find you on opposing sides in a relationship in the month of October. You are seeing one thing and they are seeing another. Now, this relationship usually people want to hear about love. That's a very important part of their life. But what if this is your boss? Like, you're sitting there and you're saying, well, gee, this really sounds like me and my mother, or me and my boss. And it can be. It can be. Because the important message here is I find you in the month of October on opposing sides of a situation, and you are not making headway here. You're in this month of endings, and so this might be a make it or break it kind of month for a relationship, or for a big topic in a relationship. And then new beginnings happens in November, where it's a fresh start. a fresh start of some kind. So we shall take a look at that next month for you eights and see what's going on. Important message though for you is that karma is shaking things up this month or this year for you. And we want you to say, well, okay, I did that, or maybe I could have done more of this, or maybe none of the above because it's from a past life and I'm getting shaken up. But that's where that year of 8 comes into play. They want you to take a look at and also not taking blame for things. Let's take a look at those of you who are looking for a relationship in this month of October. And let's see where we're going. Okay, just shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and I want to see people who are looking for a relationship, who are a power year number 8 in this month of October 2019. Okay, it looks like to me, for some of you out there, that there's a message to you, 8s, that there might be some of you who are in a relationship or who are ending a relationship or contemplating ending a relationship, and I feel like that those steps have to be done first before you find the relationship. If you got to let something go or let somebody go, because you may not have the nerve to, you may feel guilty about it. You may be thinking, well, I don't want to be alone for the holidays. Maybe I'll wait until after that. Even though I'm asking about people who are looking for love, this is coming up, so I have to give you that message. Also, people who are looking for love, I meant to tell you that the time is now, this October-November time period. The time is now for you to get your confidence up and go for it. Put yourself out there more, or let someone know that you're interested, or finally make that commitment and say, I've been telling people, oh, I'm not interested in a relationship. Oh, I don't want that. But inside, you really do. And I really feel like you're moving towards that for the month of November, many of you, where you're finally going to, quote unquote, bite the weenie and take a chance and say, okay, all right, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to look for this. Very interesting stuff, 8s. You've got some very interesting information coming through here. Let's take a look at, now, 8s, the more specific your question is, the more specific my answer is going to be for you. So think about any situation in your life, or maybe someone else's, that you'd like to ask about. You can ask again about love. You can ask again about work. You can ask about someone's health, your health. What I would suggest is don't do a yes or no answer, because when you're using the cards, I don't know, I find really in any kind of a reading, there's energy around you. It might lean more towards yes or lean more towards no, but as far as an absolute, anything can happen. So I like to take a look at what's most likely going to happen and in which direction is your energy leading us. Oh, once again. Ooh, once again. Okay. The separation card. So I have the separation card, which can also be the bad contract card. It just looks like there's a hiccup. There's a hiccup coming for you in this month of October. Now, you're surrounded by nice cards. You have luck coming your way. So there's some kind of a hiccup or something for you to be very cautious of and careful of coming into being. But you're being pushed by the universe to excel and to achieve more in a particular situation, but a segment of it or part of it has to go. is not going to be right for you. And you're going to feel much better after you've fine-tuned this situation. You're going to feel much better about the situation, and you're going to feel much better about yourself. I'm trying to think of examples for you to make this more tangible. And we're kind of going back to that three's a crowd kind of thing. Whereas maybe you're trying to be a good guy. This is just one example of many. Maybe you're trying to be a good guy, or you're biting your tongue, or you're trying to hold out in a situation that is just not the best thing for you. And as much as you don't want to be the one to have to say, this project isn't going well for me, I can't work with this team member, I can't do 3 therapies at once for an illness, I gotta do them one at a time to see which one is the most successful, I don't want to be friendly with somebody's children. I just want to date this person. I don't want to be involved in their family or any kind of drama with their parents or my in-laws or whatever. And I feel like something has to be let go and cut out of. It might be part of a contract where you're going to do this territory, but every other month you have to go to this territory, and it's way out of the way, and you say, I don't want to do that, or I only want to do it twice a year. There's something that you have to put your foot down about in this month of 9/8s, and that's what we have for you. 8s, I thank you so much for joining Jemma's Window today. And I do want to remind you that if you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you. Anything more you'd like to know about me, just jump onto my website, gemmaswindow@gmail.com, and I will catch you next month for the month of new beginnings, 8s. Bye for now.